All right. Thank you for staying with us. And we have been having the conversation about the potential threat, being posed by the African Democratic Congress, the ADC, and to the likes of the PDP and the APC as well. My colleague was asking a question. Daniel.
Yeah, we're talking about the fact that we have some figures who are still, some politicians who are still in the PDP, and of course they are fraternizing publicly and supporting the coalition. And Mr. Adai is trying to assure us that there is nothing to worry about. Coming back to you, Mr. Babarinde, do you agree with Mr. Adai's position? Look at your party. You are saying your party is still strong and all that, you're still in place, but the facts disagree with that. A lot of people, you've lost a lot of strong political figures in the PDP. You've lost members of the National Assembly, senators, House of Reps. Every day they keep leaving the party. So what is really left of the PDP? And why, again, is it taking so long? Like Mr. Adai said that your NEC, your National Executive Committee, will come out with a position paper on that. Why is it taking so long? How long will it take you to get your strategies together as a party and let Nigerians know that we are indeed still strong?
You are right. I agree with you with what you have said, but for me, 24 hours is a long time when it comes to politics and taking decisions. And one of the reasons why we had the issues we had that issue was because there were issues with our National Working Committee. And like I said, if politicians, if you are contesting, if you have an ambition, probably you have reasons to sit down and do your own work. And like I said, when you have a National Working Committee that are not on the same page, you have reasons to fret. You have reasons to have a fear. But as of today, like my brother on the other end rightly said, the party has got its act together, and we only need the direction. And to get the right direction, the National Committee has to be on the same page, which we have gotten that. So the topmost decision-making organ of the party, which is the NEC, are going to meet and ratify. Convention is very important. You know why? The convention will bring in new people into the structure of the party from the national down the line. And the people that are going to come in now are the people that will take so many vital decisions that will either make or mar the party's future. And that's why they needed all stakeholders to be on the same page, on the table, to take decision whether they want to continue as being one of the biggest parties in Nigeria or want a structure to go down there. And like I said, yes, as it is this morning, if you look at some of those people that are defected, like I said the other time, we all know, I'm sorry to say this, but the fear of EFCC sometimes can drive people out of their home. You understand?
So are you saying the EFCC has been weaponized against your members?
When you look at the case of, I would say when you look at the case of Delta, yes, it's all over in the news that the former governor of the state, the former vice presidential candidate of the party, sad enough, has joined the APC with his governor, the governor he produced as his successor, because he has 1.3 trillion issue hanging on his neck with TFCC. So, and after that program of switching over from the umbrella to the broom, I'm not sure we have had any news.
So he seems to have automatically been forgiven.
Well, one of the past chairman and the current senator in the National Assembly was on the news telling all Nigerians what that. So that should not be news. You understand? And when you look at let me say this there, it can be archived. If PDP in Delta State, because not all the people, not all, apart from all those who are in offices who felt okay, they want to follow their governor. I'm sure a larger size of the members of PDP in Delta didn't follow the governor.
That's correct.
You understand? So what I'm saying in essence is that if they are able to produce somebody who is well-grounded in Delta politics as their next gubernatorial candidate in Delta, I can assure you that Delta will still vote for PDP in governorship elections.
Let's speak you from Delta. You talked about Delta now. The former running mate to Atiku Abubakar, Ifeanyi Okowa, for whatever reason, has cross-carpeted to the APC. The candidate himself at the last election is now with the ADC, although he hasn't officially resigned his membership. So they know your purported number 2, number 1, they have left your party, and you are saying there is no issue. Even Mr. Adai said it as well. In fact, there are insinuations, you know, that the man who left, Wole Oke, you know, a very high-ranking member of the House of Reps, you know, posted a picture and said that Jagunla is switching very soon, and he's, you know, trying to say you're welcome. Although there has been a rebuttal from the Senator himself to say no. But he said something, if I will move, it will be my call to do that, you know. And then he said he found it insulting that Wole Oke has to be doing that on his behalf. But those statements are loaded. If I will move, I will do it myself. It's different from I'm going nowhere, I am here. These are two different things. When politicians speak, there is a reason why they speak.
Well, that your last sentence is where I'm going to pick it up. When politicians
if I'm going to move, I will announce it myself. It's different from Wole Oke is not truthful, I'm going nowhere, I'm staying with the party. He didn't say that.
Femi, Ajagunla, the Senior Senator from Osun Central, is an entity on his own. And his political future is in his hand.
But he's a member of your party.
He's a member of PDP.
And he has pledged his allegiance ab initio to President Bola Tinubu.
Well,
and Wole Oke is saying something now.
I told you the other time that...
that's why I said there's trouble in Osun PDP.
Well, the party... in Osun, as of today, what we are discussing is just an issue of some few days or thereabout. And you don't expect an instant reaction. But the reaction from the man himself speaks volumes. And the party will have to critically look into it. You know there's a process. You understand. He has to be called for questioning if there is a need for him to be questioned. But what I'm telling you, Femi, in essence, is that...
But can you question him? Their decision to follow Asiwaju wasn't questioned.
Wait. The party... One of the reasons why the party has...
So apart from Mr. Governor and Honorable Sunday BC in a camp,
let me bear my... In Osun, is there any camp?
I'm just asking you.
No, there's no camp.
The representatives we are talking about, there's
no camp. PDP in Osun does not have camp as at
all right,
what I'm saying in a sense is, Femi, if you look at the anomalies that's taking place at the national level, you should naturally know that it will permit to a large extent. And the earlier the curb it, the better. And that's why I said what's happening at the national level is good for the party.
So you haven't come to it at the state level?
Is there any anomaly
no problem at the state level?
As at this point, there's no problem. And the one that wants to rear its ugly head, I think the party will take care of that. Let's just hold on. So you don't expect an immediate reaction on such issues. No, there can. There has to be.
That's a senator of the Federal Republic.
But even for that office, that's why there have to even be reasons to ask questions. They have to ask questions.
Okay.
He has to be called, and they have to ask questions.
Can
that's
you
why I
question them? I have my reason. The decisions hold on, sir. The decisions that were taken by these same senators to support Asiwaju without Osun PDP approval, have they been questioned?
Femi, if you remember very well, it was Ademola Adeleke's selection that came first before every other person, either the Senate or Rep or House of Rep or House of Assembly or whatever. And I make bold to say it here that whether they like it or not, the road on the back of the successes of our Governor Asiwaju Adeleke to go to where they are today, you understand. Something we call bandwagon effect.
It's always like that,
you understand.
When Arabia came in, every other positions.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So how many of them could have won their election single-handedly if not on the goodwill of the party and the candidate and our governor? That should be the question. But like I said, Yoruba will say, you understand.
Okay.
We don't share of what happened in national to happen in our state. So there's a mechanism, you understand, for addressing issues. Just hold your breath. You understand. But as of today, I'm telling you that, look, for me, yes, when you see any threat, no matter how little, like I said earlier on, as a politician, you should go back to the drawing board and check your home and say, look, this threat,
all right,
how does it affect me? Where is it going to affect me? So that I can create a buffer. You understand? But which I know the structure in the party are going to do that. Sorry for holding you on. The national convention is coming up. The party has a lot of things on its hand to do, even at the national. And the national convention we are talking about at the national level, it's the state that will feed the national. The party at the state will have to critically look at issues from the national perspective so that they won't send the wrong people again, you understand, to go and represent the state at the national politics. So the hands of PDP leaders are very full, and I'm sure they're going to do the needful. They're going to do the right thing. They will come out fine.
All right, Mr. Babarinde, just before I go to Mr. Adai on the other side, APC politicians will disagree with you. They are actually arguing that the only reason why the PDP is standing in the Osun State is simply because the APC did not give your governor a ticket. Otherwise, he would have defected to the APC. You know, it was rumored that he actually made moves to do that, but simply because they told him that, hey, you cannot get that ticket on a platter of gold. That's the only reason why he's in the PDP. What do you say to that?
Whatever we discussed on the issue of defection of Mr. Governor in Osun State is in the realm of rumor and whatever you can call it, because even when the governor met with the president, nobody, except those people that are there, who specifically point to what was discussed. We can only be gesticulating. Can it be this?
So the PDP might not really be as strong as you are, you know, making it look in Osun State. You might not really be as strong as that.
You see, when it comes to being strong, it's not even about the party, it's about the people.
Yes.
The people
make the party strong.
Yeah, the people, yeah, exactly. As of today, you have the capacity to do an opinion poll. Go there. When a political party decides to do things from the people's perspective, it makes them more stronger. One of the reasons why APC is no longer strong in this state, or why they are nowhere to be found in this, was for the fact that for those 12 years, ask them questions, ask Osun people. It's the people that comes out on election to go out to vote for political parties.
So do you think the people of Osun State, Mr. Babarinde, do you think the people of Osun State at this time are still in support of the PDP government?
100%.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure, except those who are card-carrying member of APC. If you see anybody who is not a card-carrying member of APC or is an apologist of APC in Osun State today, please do your survey and come back and let's discuss it.
So the people are absolutely happy with what the PDP is doing in Osun State?
They're not going to be happy.
Even the fact that your government cannot even provide them with basic amenities such as electricity power supply, they are happy with that, right?
Do you realize that electricity power supplies you just mentioned left exclusively a year or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think, shortly.
So what has been done? What has been done about that?
Now, I can confidently tell you that in as much as I don't know the inner workings of the Ministry of Energy on what they have got, in fact, for the first time, Osun is having a Ministry of Energy under Ademola Adeleke government. That's a step towards having an energy sustainable future for the state. And you know, there has to be a policy. The policy has to be driven from the people through the House of Assembly before it becomes implemented. Yeah, there's always a process for everything. And the fact that we're having a Ministry of Energy now under this government should speak volume to the fact that the government is forward thinking.
The people don't want to see the activities, they want to see results. How long will it take? They want to see results. So you can come up with so many reasons why it's not working. The people just
Mr. Daniel, if some people are somewhere for 12 years and we couldn't find anything and somebody is there
No, they said it was better. It wasn't as bad as this. That's what I hear.
It was better?
It wasn't, yes.
Better?
Yeah, that's news on the street. It wasn't as bad. That's what I keep. You say we should do our own poll. Yeah, I talk to people. I interact with people here in Osun State, and they are saying, no, it wasn't as bad as this before.
But
the situation wasn't as bad as this before.
As of today, IBDC is the dominant energy provider for the state. IBDC is a private company, not a government-owned company. And the few states in Nigeria that are having energy sufficiency had reasons to create their own distribution company. And all the process of doing that, I'm telling you, is in the pipeline.
We would like to see. Over to you, Mr. Adai. I believe you're still with us.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I just want to know, at the rate, looking at the defections rather from the PDP so far, and you are saying that you have your strategies in place, that you will bounce back. Do you really see people coming back to the PDP? Those who have left before, by the time you get your act together and you get your party together, do you see them coming back to the PDP before the 2027 general elections?
Yeah, thank you for that very important questions. Yes, like I would say, the PDP is the mother of all political party in Nigeria. The PDP is a political party that have been tested. The PDP is one of the most significantly run political party in Nigeria. Yes, we have little pocket of interest here and there, but you see the way everything is going, like I said earlier on, a lot of work is ongoing, and we are trying to see how best we can manage the situation. But of course, there is no doubt about it. The entire people of Nigeria, a very sizable number of politicians, majority of them that are even in the APC today, literally a very sizable number of them that are in Labour Party and even NMPP, they are all members of the PDP. I have the opportunity to interact with some of them recently, and a lot of them even told me that Adai, we are going to come back to the PDP if we eventually were able to get our convention right and we'll be able to put the right leadership in place. And that is exactly what we are trying to do.
Okay.
Because as
I guess we have some troubles with these connections.
one of the most today still remains the People's Democratic Party. And therefore, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
All right, so like I was saying, I said one of the most well-managed political party in Nigeria today that is driven by sound ideological underpinning and a very sound manifesto still remains the People's Democratic Party.
Are you sure about that,
therefore,
Mr. Adai? Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Manifestos and, you know, ideology.
Those are just promises.
As it stands right now, what's the ideology of the PDP? Is it the weakest PDP or the Seyi Makinde's PDP? Which of the PDP?
Well, you see, those are media speculations.
Media.
Yes, it's media. I will just tell you, it's a media speculations. Yes, we have pocket of interest and personality establishment here and there, but that is not enough ground for you to say that we have weak PDP, Seyi Makinde's PDP. We have one People's Democratic Party, and that is where everybody belongs to. You know, it is not unusual for you to see a pocket of interest in the political space, because the political party largely is a place where people come together to seek for political power. So therefore, it is in the inherent nature of a political party to see this conflict of interest playing out among the major political actors.
Mr. Adai, point made, but I asked you a question. Please allow me to butt in here. You talked about ideology, and many Nigerians would disagree with you. Let me ask you categorically this morning, what is the ideology of the PDP as of today, 7/7/2025?
Listen, the ideology of the People's Democratic Party is liberalism, conservatism, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
Mr. Adai, you seem to be contradicting yourself. You seem to be contradicting yourself. How can you say liberalism and conservatism at the same time?
Hold on. When you say liberalism to the left, conservatism to the right, what I mean is this. The People's Democratic Party is anchored. When you say conservatism, what it means is that We believe in upholding the old institutions. We believe in working with the existing traditional institutions that have been on ground before. And then liberalism. We have a touch of liberal aspect because we are also progressive in nature. So that's why I say a little to the left and a little to the right. We are merging this concept together to move a progressive democratic system. And let me tell you,
I want to believe you will not, hold on, sir. I want to think you will not get many Nigerians more confused with this analogy because you talk about liberalism, progressivism. Please hold on. And you are talking about, you know, having a progressive angle to all of these things. But, you know, let's come back to where we started from now. Are you saying, because you have been very upbeat about PDP being still a force, are you saying the ADC, with the caliber of people they parade, many of them who were with you before, who knows the workings of the PDP, who are the financiers, benefactors, beneficiary in different capacity of the PDP, you know, are you saying the ADC will not ruffle any feather on the PDP? Now that the people don't even believe PDP like that again?
You see, yes, you know, as a politician, there is no doubt we are concerned about many of our leaders who just migrated to the ADC now. There is no political party that will be happy to see very important leaders who have played a very significant role within the PDP to migrate to another political party. We are not happy about that. That is on one side. But let me tell you today,
tell us.
The PDP is a very strong political party in the grassroots. It is the people of Nigeria that understood the philosophy of the party, that understood the ideology of the party, that understood the code of conduct that we operate upon. Those people still remain with us, those people still believe in us, and those people will still stand with us. And I think that, with all due respect, all we need to do is to put our acts together, communicate more among ourselves, resolve issues that are pending, and then by the time we are able to hold the PDP National Convention, we are going to, you know, chart a roadmap that most Nigerians will still believe in us and will still work for us.
All right.
So that is not contestable at all.
All right, Mr. Adai. You have said the PDP is a very strong political party at the grassroots level. But don't you think that the ADC, the new coalition bride, is a torpedo that might sink your party for good?
You see, let me tell you something. It is building a political party or just mentioning that, oh, we have formed a political party is not the problem. It is even more complex for you to drive a political party structure down to the grassroots. Don't forget, we don't have the time. Most Nigerians are not well educated. Most Nigerians in the grassroots, you will find it very difficult for you to teach them the philosophy of the ADC. It will take you time for you to begin to teach them what they need to know about to form structure within the world, local government. It's not a tea party. So we are on ground. We have been in the system for over 20-something years now. So you cannot compare a political party who, of course, was just established recently, even though, of course, they've been existing.
Mr. Adai, the same thing. Mr. Adai, sorry to cut in. The same thing was said about the Labour Party. The exact same thing you're saying right now was said about the Labour Party. And we saw what the Labour Party pulled at the last elections.
You see, the dynamics are different. That the Labour Party were able to do it. Yes, they tried. But you see, the dynamics are different. So we are going to see a different approach or a different system this time around. So don't expect that because the Labour Party did it the last time, it is an automatic thing for you to now see the replica of what happens within the ADC. It takes time to get this thing done. You can't just set up a political party and you think that it's going to have a national spread just within the shortest period of time of 1 or 2 years. A lot of work needs to be done. And that is why some of us are not comfortable with the fact that we must, as a people, work on our democratic party system, whereby the foundation of any political party will be well entrenched.
1 million votes. Babarinde. Ogbeni is from Osun State. He has been a two-term governor, 8 years. He went to the national, was a minister, and then what happened, you know, with the leadership of, not with the party, with Asiwaju and the campaign, all of those things. Now, and before that, before he emerged with the ADC thing, he has been galvanizing the Oromiyan symbol. He's a former governor. Now he's the leader of the ADC in Osun State, and maybe in the Southwest as well. Don't you think, normally, averagely speaking, realistically speaking, that should, you know, be a source of worry, big worry for the APC?
I agree with you. And for any serious political party in Osun today, like I told you earlier on, there's a need to reappraise the system, especially for us that were in government. There's a need to reappraise the system. No, that's
in Osun PDP with the leadership of Honorable Sunday BC. But there are some persons who feel Osun PDP is more like an extended delicate dynasty. And so whatever doesn't please their delicates, you know, will not fly. And we might have people like that who are disgruntled, who might just be waiting for another.
You know why?
That was the same thing Wole Oke said.
No, you know why?
Yeah, Wole Oke said that.
No, you know why?
You remember?
You know why?
Yeah.
APC was in government for 12 years in Osun.
Yeah.
And I can boldly, I'm a member of this party since 1998. 80% of our members didn't leave that party, even while we are not in government for good 12 years. That I can tell you, because I was part of it all through. You understand? And nothing will change that.
So now,
when that happened, when that defection happened,
yeah,
the only time I ever commented on that defection on my timeline, on my social media handle, when that defection happened, was for the fact that I said P and not what happened. Why?
Why?
He was given ticket 6 times and he won 5 times. So, and that makes him to have the opportunity for 20 good years at a row. I don't think.
What made me ask that question.
Wait, you know, let me complete my thought.
Hold on, sir. Yes, sir. Wole Oke even said he has no problem with the PDPs where they are delegates. I mean, that he has issues with, and you know, whatever doesn't fly with them will not fly. And he has advised and advised and advised. So maybe you might not think that there are many Wole Okes, in quote,
Femi,
be waiting
Femi,
for the ADC now.
Femi, if I said I have issues with you, and I'm not able to properly lay those issues on the table.
He did.
No.
Okay.
Femi,
all right.
You called a dog a bad name to do what? To hang it. You understand? You always have an excuse.
You said it.
You always have an excuse for whatever you are going to do.
All right.
And let me put a reminder. If you really analyze